Good evening, SFL Nation. Sunday night football here in Houston, Texas at Vibe Sports Stadium. Tonight's ball game is going to be between the 3-3 Houston Headhunters and the 3-3 Portland Fleet. Good evening, everyone. Chad Rowland is your play-by-play commentator. You just cannot get away from these this weekend. Just like Houston, this is like my home away from home. And tonight, with me in the booth is a good friend of mine, Mr. Brett Solberg. Brett, good evening. How are you doing, my man?
I'm doing all right. Glad to be your third choice for an analyst here. Chad, I got to ask you something. Do you just rent an apartment in Houston at this point? You've already been calling so many Houston games at this point. You might as well just be one of their, I'd say biased commentators, but a regular at the booth here.
Yeah, I tried to get a nice little swanky place over near Mike St. Green, but he was like, nah, bro, you ain't in this level. You got to get down in the peasants. So I tried my best, but yeah, let me ask you something, Brett, here. What is the key tonight for each of these teams if they want to win this ball game?
Well, for Portland, it's simple. Play Portland Fleet football. We've seen this team be so effective on both sides of the football, and we saw it in class last week against Vancouver in their 54-43 victory. For Houston, they need to get ahead early. If they don't get ahead early, they're looking for a game that's going to be grinded out to the last minute. And with those single-digit games, they haven't been so nice to them. They're 0-3 on one-possession games so far.
Yeah, they're going to have to turn that around if they want to get the victory. Houston will be receiving the kick tonight as we are underway here at Vibe Sports Stadium, as that will be taken just inside the end zone, as that's going to be across the 20, past the 25. Nice little broken tackle there to get up to the 31. That's an excellent starting field position here if you're Houston. And their offense is going to be led out by the 5-season veteran, all 5 seasons here in Houston, the former quarterback of the Lexington Miners, Dave Burr.
Yeah, and Burr has done all right so far this season. Middle-of-the-road quarterback so far. He's just custom over 1,300 yards after this past week. 9 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. A pretty decent ratio going on. But focus on the 2 running back duo that we've seen throughout this season, led by Josh Slapp and GP Wells.
Yep, and Josh Slapp and GP are 2 guys that will get the rock and get the rock quite often here in Houston, and that is going to be 1st and 10, as we are going to talk about one of those guys. Josh Slapp gets the first handoff of the night up to about the 36-yard line. Going to be a gain of 5.
Yeah, you said it. Over 180 carries between these two alone. Josh Slapp leads the way with carry 107 in here and gets another 5 yards. Both of them aren't going to, be flashy on the stat sheet here, but they do what's effective for this Houston offense.
2nd and 5 here. Heavy eye set as Portland's going to change their defense up a little bit here to see if maybe they can stop the run. And let's see if that pays off for him, as that's going to be a handoff to Slapp once again. And he does break the first tackle, and they are going to be able to corral him down near the first down. They are going to mark him as getting the first down there, Brett.
Yeah, Portland changed their defense. They brought 8 into the box, knowing that Houston kind of had a heavy set going on and really relied on that offensive line to get forward. But Josh Slapp has some insane strength for a running back to push forward to get that first down.
You are going to see a bunch set here, 1st and 10, and that's going to be a pitch to the outside to Slapp. He's been getting the majority of everything tonight, as he's going to break the first tackle. Breaks the second, but he does go out of bounds just short of that first down marker.
And still a great run from Josh Slapp again, shedding off that first tackler, getting through, because getting through a guy like Mel Davis is always tough. He's that leader of the linebacking core, and you get by him, you're going to get some extra yards. Great job from Josh Slapp.
And that's going to bring up 2nd and inches here, as it looks like Portland may be trying to bring the blitz here. Heavy up front on the line there, as Houston's going to counter with the heavy I formation set. As they are going to hand it back off to Slapp once again, and that is going to be a first down. He does get behind the lineman, but he doesn't get the first down regardless.
And they know that Dave Burr's had an up-and-down season so far, so they're kind of just slowly getting him in, just saying, you know what, give the ball to Slapp, see what this offense can give you on this first drive, and I don't mind that at all.
Yeah, I mean, when you got Slapp, GP Wells, and even Jalen Wells, who's done some pretty decent work so far this season, I mean, why not, right? And Burr is going to drop back for his first pass of the night. Clean pocket as he throws it down the field, and that's going to be caught. Who else? It's D.R. Sim with the first catch of the night.
Yeah, and he's number one for a reason. We've seen his name for so long. He is the guy that never gets old in my mind. DR Sim continues to amaze people in this stage of his career, and just staying open enough. The counterpart on him just was giving a little bit too much, was trying to prevent a touchdown pass, which led to that very deep pass still happening, and they're already threatening in the red zone. Houston doing well on this drive.
Yep, just outside of the red zone here from the 22-yard line. Burr's going to drop back once again. He's going to look over to that side, and it is going to be caught again, and it looks like it's Sim once again, and he gets another first down.
Yeah, and you can see now with the starting drive of getting Slap involved, to kind of calm things down for Dave Burr. He's coming off a game that he was very disappointing for himself. Just 116 yards and 2 interceptions against LA in the loss. So now getting him involved later on, getting him closer to the end zone. This was a great idea and a good start here for Houston.
First and goal here for the Headhunters, looking to strike on this first drive, and against this Portland defense, that's a pretty good thing to do, as you're going to see a 3-wide set out of the offset eye. Burr is going to change the play at the line. You might see a blitz coming from that other side there by Portland. Let's see if maybe they adjust here with the man motion. As this nod, he's going to drop back, as Burr does drop back. Plenty of time. Looking to the side, tipped away, intended for Mike St. Green. That's incomplete.
This was a trademark Portland zone defense against the end zone that you saw there. The 3 linebackers stayed back and basically swarmed the middle of the end zone, saying, you know what, Dave, if you want to throw that sucker, you better throw it to the sideline. And that's what they did. Almost got the interception there.
Yeah, it looked like he was almost in triple coverage over there with Mike St. Green. But second and goal, just over 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. That's going to be a pitch to the outside. Portland trying to blow it up, and they did. That was an excellent play there. Brody Gulch was in the backfield first.
When you have a trip set on that left side and you want to toss it that way, the wide receivers have to be ready for blocks, and all 3 receivers there were not ready whatsoever, and that's what led to the loss of yardage there.
Yeah, I mean, that's like your first job. If you're going to pitch to the outside, be ready to block. And there's the pressure coming, and Dave Burr just double sandwiched in there. Portland bringing the blitz, and it was successful.
And that was an all-out blitz. You saw 2 corners take the outside of the offensive line and gave Dave Burr 0 chance whatsoever. He just got to the end of his step-back motion. He couldn't even think about getting that pass off. And now what seemed like a surefire touchdown situation for Houston turns into a 34-yard field goal attempt.
That was a nice defensive stand there by Portland. I mean, Derek Majors coming on one side, Ryan Cook coming on the other. Couldn't have picked it any better than that, as Sonny J hits his first field goal of the night. And Houston, I mean, taking the early lead here, 3-0.
And Houston will still take that nonetheless, because you still want to draw first blood on the first drive of the game to say, hey, if you want to play ball with us, you got to come to us first, instead of giving Portland the lead, which they do so well at.
If you're new to the Simulation Football League, welcome. The SFL is football for everyone. Get off the sideline and start your player today by joining our Discord server at simulationfl.net. Click the join the community button and begin your career, or just meet the stars of the SFL on and off the field. It's never too late to get involved, as that is going to bring out this Portland offense for the first time tonight, led by their 3-season quarterback, Cyrus Jive, 6'5", 235. This man is considered a monster when it comes to being a quarterback. And you're going to see 3-wide set, as they are going to pitch it out to another monster, and that's Ezekiel Love, who everybody knows about, the 3-time All-Star, getting a gain of 1.
Yeah, 2 players having career years so far. Ezekiel Love now just 6 yards away from 1,000 rushing yards already in this 7th game here. And Cyrus Jive has been efficient as ever. Look at this ratio here. 11 touchdowns, just 3 interceptions for the first 6 games for Cyrus Jive.
Heck of a season so far here for the Portland offense. He's going to look over to the outside, and that is going to be caught. That's Michael Knight with the first catch of the night.
And one of the reasons that Cyrus Jive has been such an efficient quarterback is plays like these. They're not looking for anything super deep. They're just looking for the open man. And Cyrus Jive has matured so well in his 3rd season to lead this Portland crew. This offense, it can be scary on both the run and the pass. So Houston has to be ready for all of it.
I gotta say, I'm really digging the Portland uniform tonight with the gray helmet. You don't see the gray helmet very often. As that is a handoff to Ezekiel Love. He's able to bounce to the outside. He breaks one tackle, breaks another. Had some daylight, but Houston corralled him quickly as he gets the first down and more.
And there was the fault of Houston a little bit there, is that there was just no coverage on the sidelines, either side, to kind of have that extra run coverage for Ezekiel Love. So he really only had to shed a couple tacklers just to get to that first down marker. Great job from Portland to just get a quick play and move that chain once more.
And first down and 10 here once again, as you're going to see two wide set, single back formation, as Houston may be trying to bring some pressure there. And they are going to bring some pressure as Love is able to find the hole and get up the middle for a gain of 5.
Yeah, and very, very quickly, we forget to mention this, but again, another 1,000-yard campaign in the books for Ezekiel Love after that big run earlier there. Another 5 yards here. Another great job of blocking from all the offensive committee there from Portland to get those 5 yards.
Strong power eye here for the Fleet, 2nd and 5, as that's going to be a run to Love. He gets up the middle, first down and a little bit more, almost to the 40-yard line, going to be marked at the 42.
Yeah, and that's what Portland does so well to keep Ezekiel Love from, continuing to move that football, is just great blocking. As you can see, I don't think there's any gap that gets wider for running backs than Ezekiel Love from the Portland offensive line.
Yeah, and they almost have a full line with Jay Warren, Randy Fatt III at tackles, Tyler Spencer, and Jaden Taylor at the center. Jaden Taylor, a two-time All-Star in his 4 seasons. Jive drops back, looking over the middle. That is caught. That is going to be down near the red zone. That is Adams with his first catch of the night.
And again, it's just Cyrus Jive finding the guys at the right time, because once you have that break on the change of direction with your run route, you're going to have a little bit of an opening. This time, Adams just got himself in front of Law there. You see there, Dedrick Law, and it just had enough of an opening for Jive to throw that football.
Yep, and this offense right now for Portland so far moving very well. Very high-scoring offense, as they are second, I believe, in the SFL in scoring points, over almost 38 points a game. As Jive drops back, looking short over the middle. That's Nelson Lozano Jr., the tight end, getting into the inside the 10.
Yeah, and this is something you don't really see from Portland, is these long and these big yardage drives, because they are second in the league in points, but they are middle of the road in terms of yards per game, just 384, which is 14th best in this league, compared to Houston's 427, which is top 5. So this is a good start again for Portland. Both of these offenses so far have been great.
Yeah, this should be really a shootout, I think, in my mind. I think we talked about that before the game started, as they are going to send Lozano in motion, as Houston maybe with an opportunity here to bring the blitz. And they are going to try to, as Love's going to get the pitch to the outside. He tries to juke around it, but Josh Rowland then leading the way to make the tackle.
Yeah, and that's what they need to do here to stop Ezekiel Love from getting to the end zone, is having maybe that safety just play a little bit of spy game, but not on the quarterback, but just focus on Ezekiel Love at all times.
2nd and goal, split formation out of the gun, as Jive's going to drop back, looking towards the back of the end zone. He's caught, and that's going to be a touchdown. That is Scott Johnson, his first target, his first catch, and it's a touchdown.
Yeah, and a lot of people at the offseason were thinking, why is Scott Johnson converting himself from one of the best running backs in Las Vegas to becoming a Portland wide receiver? Well, here's one of the reasons why. He has just that suspect ability to get past that first level and just be that sneaky little option in the end zone. And that is what you see from Scott Johnson in Portland so far this season. Portland strikes blood in a big way here against Houston, now has the lead.
And I'll admit, being what you are actually defined, Brett, as a street king in the Streets of Talking server, but I was one of those people who questioned why Scott Johnson converted, and right now he's putting me into shame right now, getting that touchdown there, Brett.
Yeah, and the two things that they use Scott Johnson with is going to be that sneaky red zone option, as well as being an elite kick returner. You got to remember, he had a kick return for a touchdown last week against Vancouver as well.
He absolutely did. For all the league highlights, which you can go back and watch that kickoff return if you want. Photo galleries, major and minor league stats, or don't, and leaderboards, community content, and so much more. Check out the league's website at simulationfl.net, presented by Football Shift. stay up to date and explore our past, present, and future, as this is a nice little return there by Greg Corky. Houston once again starting with good field position.
Yeah, and Portland can't allow this to happen as the game continues here. They need to start pushing back, especially on these kick returns here. We talked about, so far through the entirety of this game about a back and forth shootout here. But if someone's going to have an advantage moving forward, it's stopping them in key important spots, and that even includes the kick returns.
Yep, and both these teams, Greg Corky and Scott Johnson, are really good kick returners for him. So we could easily see, we almost saw one break right there. We could easily see one break tonight, as you are going to see the split spread formation here. First down on the 34-yard line, as Burr is going to pitch that to the outside. This time is GP Wells getting his first touch of the night, and he's able to break a tackle before getting brought down for 7 yards.
Yeah, we saw a lot of Josh Slapp in that last drive for Houston. This time, they're going to have Slapp have a rest in this first play, get GP Wells started here. That's his 80th carry so far this season, and he's got some respectable numbers here, getting close to 500 yards, and he's got 4 touchdowns of his own.
Be interesting to see if they get Jalen Wells involved in this game plan as well. That's going to be a handoff to Josh Slapp, and he's going to be able to break that tackle, break another tackle, and he does get the first down a little bit more. Good heavy running there by Josh Slapp.
And good blocking from the Houston offensive core as well, because there was a wide open hole on that right sideline that if Josh Slapp could maybe shut off that tackle a little bit faster, he probably would have gotten to the end zone.
1st and 10, 3 wide set here once again for Houston, as Portland's going to bring the blitz, but it doesn't work there as Josh Slapp's able to get through the first initial line, gets a gain of 5 on the run.
Yeah, and Portland really wants to bring the blitz no matter what the situation is, whether it be a run or pass, just to, instill fear into Houston's offense, to have them second guess. But if Houston stays vigilant and stays, rock strong through this drive, they should be able to move that ball forward.
2nd and 5, heavy I formation set here again for the Headhunters. That's going to be a handoff to Slapp, and he's able to break that first tackle, get the first down. He was still on his feet after that second broken tackle. And if he would have got through that, Brett, that would have been touchdown all day.
And again, I talked about it earlier with that run, that prior run from Slapp, is that he had a wide open hole. Again, this time, probably would have had an open hole if he went to the sideline. He decided to stay middle to kind of hedge his bets a little bit more, but it still worked out because Houston got an easy first down again.
Yep, and we have only seen them target DR Sim and Mike St. Green. Maybe they try to target some other people in this passing offense. And there it is right there. Mike St. Green getting his first catch of the night. That's going to be a first down for Houston.
And that was a laser beam throw from Burr as well, because he just wanted to make sure that it got to his man. And St. Green had a wide open hole right there. Nobody within a 5-yard radius when he grabbed that catch. Great work from St. Green and from Dave Burr to sling that rock.
I mean, for Portland, I know that, everybody in the league considers MSG like the 5th best option on this franchise, but, you still got to cover him. As that's going to be a handoff to Slapp up the middle, and I know MSG will appreciate that. As that will be taken about to the red zone, and it's going to be a 3-yard gain.
Look, just because Mike St. Green moves as fast as Madison Square Garden itself doesn't mean you have to start slandering his name. Just, keep his name out your mouth.
I will do that, Will Smith. Don't worry. 2nd and 7, offset I, as Burr is going to drop back, and good pocket. He's going to look and finds his target, and that is Greg Corky. That's his first target of the night, and it's going to be a big one, as it's going to be just inside the goal.
We got to start talking about at least the trio of the Houston wide receiving core a little bit more here. We're talking about St. Green, DR Sim, and Greg Corky, probably the 3 most underrated wide receiver cores in this league.
And that is going to do it here for the first quarter. Houston on the door for striking, but Portland still with the lead, 7-3. We'll be right back here on SFL on YouTube. And we are back here in Vive Sports Stadium. Chad Rowland, Brett Solberg in the booth, as Jacob Clear and Axel Raven in the stat truck. Thank you, gentlemen, once again for all the hard work tonight. And Cameron Irvine producing the game for us, as Houston's going to pitch this to the outside to Josh Slapp. And it was broken up right there. Brody Gulch making a big tackle.
And this is what Portland did really well last week against Vancouver, because the Legion had plenty of opportunities inside the red zone. and they kind of squandered it because of that Portland defense. You have to remember, Vancouver was coming back last week, but it got stopped by an end zone interception from Portland.
2nd and goal here for the Headhunters, as that's going to be another pitch to the outside once again. Let's see if it works. Slap broke the first tackle from Gulch, but not the second one, as Mel Davis was able to bring him down just shy of the end zone.
Yeah, but the big thing here for Houston is that it moved itself a little bit closer to the end zone. Now they spot it at basically inside the 2-yard line, and that gives them a little bit more leeway to kind of just push forward and get to the end zone. Can Houston do it here on 3rd and goal?
It's been 2 pitches to the outside. Let's see if they try to do something different. They're going to hand it off this time. Slap basically walks in. That's a touchdown for Houston.
Great committee from the Houston fullbacks to, move that path forward for Slap to get ahead. And great work from Houston in this drive to respond after Portland got a touchdown of their own. So what we're seeing so far could be a heavily inspired contest of offense. If you are a fan of defense, you might want to turn away now.
I want to give a shout out to Jack's Data for all their hard work. The over-under for this game is 59.5, so they were expecting a high-scoring game in this one as well, as Houston kicked up and good, and they take the lead back. It is 10-7 here at home. So Houston with the score there. Portland looked good on their last drive as well, Brett. I expect them to be marching down the field as well. As that will be taken just right at the goal line. Scott Johnson's going to bring that out. He's going to get past the 20 up to about the 30-yard line. So both of these special teams so far have done a great job of putting their teams in good starting field position.
Yeah, and as long as you can get yourself ahead of that touchback line, the 20-yard line, it's good field position. And special teams for both these teams have done really well to get them over the 30-yard line or at the 30-yard line, which is a good start for any drive.
Yeah, you always want to try to start within the 30s, and both teams have really done that so far. So kudos to the special teams, as you're going to see a 3-wide set out of the I formation here for Portland to start this drive, as they are going to hand this one off to Ezekiel Love, and does not get any yardage at all. Good defensive play there. Alex Perez was right there to make a stop.
Yeah, Love tried to rely on his center to kind of push forward, but there was nothing going on that, and the Houston defender, Perez, did a great job to be that secondary defender to get to Love.
2nd and 10, bunch formation set. Jive's going to drop back. The pressure get to him from the backside and makes the throw very quickly. Nice heads-up throw there by Cyrus Jive as he gets a gain of 6. It's going to be 3rd and 4.
And I truly think that's the first time they really rushed in on Cyrus Jive and rushed his throw there, which kind of resulted in not getting a first down, but kind of trusting on his drop back option.
Jive, 3rd and 4. He's got plenty of time, and he's going to throw that short. It is dropped. Almost kind of threw that into double covers there. Davis had an opportunity for the catch. Did not make it. It's going to be 4th down.
Yeah, first mistake from Jive, I would say there, because he threw it behind Ryan Davis, who didn't have an opportunity to, move his body around to try to get the football. Great job from Houston's defense to get this stop, which we might not see a lot of stops here in this game.
No, absolutely not. And if you're liking this game, I know I am so far, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, the SFL produces over 400 events a year. There is no one else that gives you more football. Don't miss a minute of the SFL or SFLM action and help the channel grow through your support, as Houston will be starting on their own 29. And we've only seen GP get the ball once or twice. I expect maybe GP to get a little bit more run here.
Yeah, it all depends on which formation they're going to run here. It looks like Slap is the main back there with Jalen Wells, the fullback option on this formation.
And Burr's going to change the play at the line. He saw something in the defense, so let's hope his adjustment works out for him. As he's going to hand that off to Slap, he's going to get a run up the middle. Had a nice open hole there, but Portland was able to corral him quickly, only for a gain of 6.
I think the main thing there is that they saw Leo Morris, the cornerback, showing blitz, and it was essentially that 5th man on the line. So they had to change up either where Slap was going to run or just change that into a safe run play.
Yeah, but it was a good call there by Dave Burr to see that quickly. on the defense and make that adjustment. 2nd and 4 as it is a pitch to the outside and almost blew that up in the backfield. Slap with a spin, and he gets past it, past another tackle, and gets taken down at the 45. What a run there by Josh Slap.
And Portland brought the blitz again. This time they just went to the wrong side. I saw Brody Gulch line up with the 3-point stance, and Houston decided to go opposite of Brody Gulch this time, which resulted in Gulch trying to run all the way to the other side. Basically the last defensive player to get to Slap. If he would have shed that tackle, again, Slap would have been gone.
Yeah, and there was an opportunity there to get a hit in the backfield. They slowed him down, but he was able to just spin out of it and make a great play. Burr drops back, looking. He's going to look down the sideline. That is caught Mike St. Green, and he might be gone. Nope, he's going to be down to the 15-yard line. He turned on the Jets, but the corner right there made the play, and that's a first down for Houston.
And again, it looked like Portland played a little bit of a zone defense there and had their players kind of play in specific spots. As you can see, there wasn't really man coverage, so there's always going to be small pockets on the field that are going to be open. And Dave Burr found his guy in the right pocket of openness in Mike St. Green, which led to a huge gain there.
Chris Stack was right there trying to jump the route and make the pick, but was not successful. And so that's going to be a first down here just at the 12-yard line. As that is going to drop back by Burr. He's going to got plenty of time as he's going to look towards the back of the end zone. And that was, thrown short. Man, I mean, no opportunity there. That was almost an easy pick. It was dropped by Major.
And it was the right guy to go to, but like you said, it was just underthrown by Burr there, and there was 2 defenders in that vicinity, almost intercepted. I like the gumption for Houston to try to air it out from the 12-yard line, but they got to make sure that Dave Burr has that pass on point.
2nd and 10, 3-wide set here for the Headhunters. As they are going to hand it off to Josh Slap, and he's able to break the first tackle, but right there was a bunch of fleet to stop him there, and now it sets up a very interesting 3rd and 7, Brett.
Yeah, it's a 3rd and 7 that's still about outside the 10-yard line. They could have the option to rely on Slap to at least get the first down, so they have a 1st and goal situation, what it looks like to be around the 3-yard line. But I would probably, if I'm Houston, I would air it out. I would try to get to the end zone, and I'd look for probably St. Green. He's been the MVP of the drive.
Burr drops back, the pressure getting to him, and they are going to take him down. That was Majors once again, and I believe, Brett, that's that same cornerback blitz that they brought in the 3rd down before in the goal line.
Yeah, that was exactly it, and this is what Portland does best in goal line scenarios. Here is just bringing the defense to the quarterback. So if you're looking for any deep plays, it's got to be a quick throw. And once again, it's pushing Houston back into a 30-plus yard field goal attempt from Sonny J.
And 33-yard attempt here by Jay as he's going to try to extend his lead. High snap, but it was caught very well. The kick is up and good. So Houston extending their lead at home as they make this 13-7. And I got to tell you, I mean, I am loving what Portland is doing when it comes to 3rd down there. Defensive coordinator Ezekiel Love calling up the blitz at the right time.
Yeah, it's back against the wall for Portland, and they're persevering in red zone situations. Now they need to extend that past the red zone and push them back even when they're in the opposite territory now.
Now let's see how Portland's offense is going to respond, as the last time they had to be forced with a punt. Scott Johnson's going to get this pass at 25, and the special teams there of Houston right there to stop him at the 26.
Yeah, and the first time in this game that we've seen a starting drive inside the 30 for either team after a kick return. So Houston really showing up here in this second quarter and telling Portland, hey, we're starting to step up here. If you want to match us, you got to bring the heat too.
1st and 10, 3-wide set for the Fleet. As they'll probably just take this and hand it off. Nope, Jive's going to do a short drop. And that was tipped away. Josh Rowe almost had an opportunity to make that a big mistake.
And that is not a guy you want to throw to in Josh Rowe. You have to remember how many pick sixes he had that 1 year. It was 6 or 7 in a row per game that he had. That was just pick six central. That is a dangerous safety to throw against.
2nd and 10 here. Split back formation set. as that is going to be a handoff up the middle. That is Scott Johnson in the backfield. Very interesting formation there as he gets a gain of 6, utilizing the former running back.
Yeah, and they've used this a couple times this season to say, hey, we not only have Ezekiel Love, Scott Johnson is an effective running back as well. He may be converted to wide receiver, but he's one of our guys that we can hand the rock off to as well.
And that is a designed rollout there by Jive. He's going to look over the middle. That is tipped away. Good defense. Jason Peace with the deflection.
And now it's 2 straight stops for this Houston defense, stifling the Portland offense. This is huge in a situation where Portland can run up the score at will, it feels like at times. Now pushing them back here, a quick 3 and out. Houston has a chance to really make Portland pay here.
Yeah, this is the second straight drive to where they've had to force a punt, and Houston made them pay the last time with 3. Maybe this time they'll make them pay with 6. As that punt will be fielded at the 30 and will be down at the 37. And we're going to send it off to the SFL studios for the first time tonight with Cam Irvine. Cam, take it away.
Thank you, Chad. Wow, what a night for JQ. A night that he will want to forget. Picked off here by A.J. Levy. That's his 5th interception of the half. Rookie linebacker Marcus Benson has his first 2 career picks in this game. It has been ugly. Sioux Falls, the most takeaways in the league coming into the night, and they've added on to that. 27-3 Sparrows. Back to you guys in Houston.
Thank you, Cam. And Sioux Falls looking like they're getting back to the old Sioux Falls defense from years before there, Brett.
I'd rather not have that. They had some scary defenses back in the day. I don't want that.
Yes, they did, and they're in my division. That's not good. As Slat's going to take that to the outside. It's going to get a loss of 2. Nice play there by the Portland defense to get into the backfield.
Yeah, we have to remember these are 2 teams looking to add competition to their respective divisions. Portland has, as of recently been playing second or third fiddle to the Pacific Division, whereas Houston, they're standing behind 2 6-0 teams right now in Fort Worth and Alamo City. So a win for either of these teams really makes it tough for their divisions.
And they are going to send, looks like Jalen Wells is actually going to be sent in motion, as it's going to be 2nd and 12. For the Headhunters, as Burr is going to drop back. He's going to look towards the side, and that is going to be caught. That is Mike St. Green, and he's just short of the first down. Mike St. Green cannot muscle his way up to get that first.
Yeah, and they used Jalen Wells kind of as a decoy to get St. Green open once they did that motion play, because you can see the field a little bit open on that mid route, that mid outside route for St. Green to get that catch.
Both of these quarterbacks looking consistent tonight. Dave Burr, 8 of 10 for 124 yards so far. As it's going to be 3rd and inches, it is going to be another pitch to Slap. And look at the Portland defense standing him up right there. Mel Davis leading the way. Nice tackle there by the defense.
Fantastic response from the Portland defense. After their offense went on a 3 and out, they said to Houston, hey, we can do this as well. Now a 4th and 1 situation. They have the punting unit out. I almost wanted to go for it for 4th and 1, but they're too close to their own territory, I think.
Yeah, I think they're just a little too close. I think if you would have been maybe on the other side of the 50, that might have been an opportunity. But it is going to be received by Scott Johnson. He almost broke that first tackle, but he was tripped up pretty quickly. And Portland's going to get their worst starting position of the night as they're going to be on their own 17.
Yeah, and when your back is against the wall here in this situation for Portland, you've had 2 straight 3 and outs in this quarter alone. You want to find that offense going. And right now, I'm thinking about outside stretch runs to Ezekiel Love to at least get your drive started.
1st and 10 from the 17. As we're going to see Portland drop back and the pressure getting to them as they're going to find their man. That is going to be in the middle of the field from Michael Knight. And that's going to be a first down for Portland.
And the one thing we haven't talked about is the Portland passing game and how they have spread the wealth here so far. That is the 3rd wide receiver thrown by Cyrus Jive to get 2 receptions in this game. Michael Knight's got 2 now. Scott Johnson and Nelson Lozano have 2. And Israel Adams has himself a catch as well. Ryan Davis has a target, but hasn't had a catch yet. So they're really spreading this core out and getting a lot of touches from them.
Yeah, I like to see them spread that out as it's going to be 1st and 10 split back formation as they're going to pitch that to the outside.
Ooh.
And look at the defense right there making a stop. Gain of nothing. A Zed Markov with a big hit.
Yeah, Markov was stifled a little bit by the offensive lineman, but just had enough to shed through and get to Ezekiel Love on the line. That is pure strength from the outside linebacker there.
2nd and 10 here for the Fleet. As Jive is going to drop back. The pressure getting to him. He was hit as he throws. Looked like a wounded duck coming out of there, and this is going to be 3rd and 10.
That's good pursuit on that left side of Houston, really led by KT Slayer, who actually got the hit on Cyrus Jive to fumble that ball loose. Now a 3rd and 10 here for Portland. They had a first down earlier, but they got to get this offense more involved here. They got full wide receivers out.
And the crowd in Houston is on their feet as they are cheering loud and proud for the Headhunters. They are going to send Adams in motion here to make it 3 stacked on one side. Let's see if they bring any pressure. Jive drops back. Good hold. He's going to look, and that is a good throw. What a good catch there. That is Ryan Davis with his first catch of the night.
Yeah, and that is a tough hole to throw that football to as well, because he had a defender in front of him and a defender behind him. And that was a great job to also shift that line a little bit by using that motion to overload the left side so that the right side is a little bit more free for Davis to get that catch.
What a great throw. What a great catch by them as Gunn, and they are going to hand this off to Love. Well, a draw play as he gets to midfield. Nice little play there by the Fleet.
And Portland has thrown it a couple times, so it's a good job to at least do a draw to see what they can get out of it.
And we are at the 2-minute warning here in Houston, but Portland is moving down the field. Let's see what happens in the next 2 minutes. We'll be right back on SFL on YouTube. And we are back here in Houston. Chad Rowland, Brett Solberg in the booth. Jacob Clear and Axel Raven in the stats truck providing all the smart info we need, as that's going to be a handoff to Love, and they're going to put the stop right there. That was Peace with the tackle. It's going to be 3rd and short.
Yeah, and moving forward, you're going to see a lot more carries to Love as he becomes more of a bell cow, especially in the latter stages of the game. We might only be talking late second quarter here, but they're going to feed that ball to Love a lot, so Houston's defense has to be ready. That is what's showing about being ready there.
Power I formation here, 3rd and 3, a minute 34 and ticking to go on the clock. As that's going to be a pitch over to Love, and he's going to be able to break that tackle. Ooh. He does get a first down. He muscles his way through, and Portland's going to get a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, and that's what Portland needed here, because they don't need their drive to, kind of stall here on 3rd down. They want to use that 2-minute drill to really execute and maybe take the lead into the half.
And that's going to be another run there for Love, as it's going to get nowhere at all, and it looks like Houston might be earning a timeout.
Yeah, this is what Portland needs to do here. They're inside enemy territory now. They've got timeouts to use. The first one here on, I would say, an unsuccessful run. They only got a couple yards out of it. But right now, I'd be focusing on Cyrus Jive and throwing that rock, because he's been pretty efficient through this first half.
Indeed he has, and then we may see it here. 4 wide set. Jive drops back. Deep drop. He's going to look towards the side and overthrows his target. That is incomplete, and that's going to set up 3rd down.
Yeah, he was kind of hoping that Ryan Davis would be closer to the sidelines, so he threw it in that direction. But I don't think that change of direction is really quite there yet for Davis, especially on that play there, which kind of led to that overthrow.
3rd and 10. You hear the defense chants in the crowd. 4 wide set for the Fleet. As Jive is going to drop back once again. He's going to look in the middle, finds his target. That's Michael Knight. That's a first down up to the 25-yard line, and there's another timeout.
Yeah, and that's from Kai Cash kind of dropping back a little bit too far back, and kind of left that open pocket for Cyrus Jive to throw the football in that direction. So great job from Michael Knight to get to an open hole, and a great job from Portland to continue this drive.
Yeah, 3 catches so far from Michael Knight, leading the way in receptions for Portland. As it's going to be 1st and 10. As Jive's going to drop back. He's got a deep 7-step drop, and he's going to toss it. And Josh Rowe makes him pay with an interception.
And that is athleticism at its finest from Josh Rowe, because that was going to be earmarked for the Portland receiver, but he decides to get his arms up just in time. Just look at that. He was about 4 yards ahead of the receiver, and you might take the blame on Jive for maybe throwing it a little bit too low, but I'd say that's almost a perfect pass, and Josh Rowe got to it.
Yeah, and that was just unbelievable because he wasn't even really covering that receiver. He was covering
He
the
wasn't.
other one.
Not at
And
all.
he was just right in the right place at the right time, just took a couple steps to the right and made a nice pick. And that's going to set up 1st and 10 for the 19. Let's see if Houston wants to get aggressive as they're going to pitch it, or hand it off actually to Slap. He's just going to get a couple of yards on the run.
Yeah, and I don't know if Houston's really just preparing to get to the halftime break here and maybe make some adjustments because they are so deep in their territory here. But what a surge of momentum after Portland really pushed them through, and Houston getting that interception to secure this lead heading into halftime.
2nd and 8, as you may be seeing the blitz coming from the edge here from Portland, as they are going to pitch to the outside to Slap, and nice tackle there by Chris Stack.
Yeah, and they usually get 2 players on that edge side, both edge sides, to really blitz. Brody Gulch is usually on that right side, and this time it looked like it was Derek Majors that was the other guy on that left side here.
Should be the last play of the half as Dave Burr is going to drop back, and he's going to look down the middle and tipped away. And McLean almost with the pick. That would have been a big opportunity there if he was maybe able to take it back for a 6, but that will do it here for the first half. As we have a tight ball game here so far. Thought it'd be a little bit more scoring, but it is not, as Houston with a 13-7 lead at half. And Brett, I'm going to lean on you here for this halftime show. What did you see out of that first half there from each side?
Well, it was a first quarter explosion from both teams, and you really saw it on both ends of the football for these offenses that really worked out for them. It's when the second quarter got started, and that's when Houston started to get a little bit ahead. They got the edge a little bit there because they got key stops at the right moments. Portland had 2 straight 3-and-outs, and then when Portland was really moving down the field, they got the key interception from Josh Rowe that really stopped things. But for Houston to continue this going, they just need to play safe football at this point and make sure that Portland doesn't open the floodgates, because like I said earlier, when Portland scores, when it rains, it pours on them.
All right, and so we'll be back here in Vive Sports Stadium, as looks like it's going to be Portland getting the ball here in the second half. As Houston will be kicking this away, and Portland looking to try to get back into this ball game here. I mean, they are close, but they want to try to take that lead, as Scott Johnson's going to take this out to about the 26-yard line, and that's going to lead out Cyrus Jive here once again.
Yeah, you're right. As much as I've talked about this Portland offense kind of stalling a little bit here, it's still a one-possession game. They can still take the lead with a touchdown and an extra point. So there's no cause for concern for that Portland offense. They just need to stay consistent. They need to use Ezekiel Love maybe a little bit more frequently here to get those drives going, like we saw in that 2-minute drill that ended in the interception. So maybe we might see a little bit more of Ezekiel Love.
1st and 10 here, twin set out of the split back, as they're going to send Michael Knight in motion. And let's see what kind of adjustments each side of the ball has made, as Jive is going to drop back under pressure, getting to the backside. But he was able to release it quickly. And man, what a throw right to Nelson Lozano Jr.
Yeah, between Brady Clark and Jason Peace, 2 guys that have hands that could secure interceptions if they wanted to, but Lozano just gets his hands up to inches above Brody Clark there and manages to secure the ball and almost get Portland to midfield in one play.
Yeah, I thought for a second that Brady Clark was just going to take that right away from him, but he did not. Excellent throw by Jive, and even better catch by Nelson Lozano. As that's going to be 1st and 10. Offset eye, the pressure. They are pressuring a lot more now, as you're seeing. Wow. And what a throw. What a catch by Lozano again. I thought that was going to be tipped away or something, hit a defender in the back. But man, what a throw. Hopefully we get a replay of that.
Yeah, that's one of those plays where when you have that crossing pattern, you don't know where that football is heading towards to, because I thought that was heading Israel Adams' way, but Lozano finds his way to secure the catch.
Heavy I formation set here, as this will be a run for Love. Indeed, it is up the middle, as he does get that first down out to about the 40, maybe even the 39-yard line.
Yeah, and like I said in the first quarter, the Portland offensive line does great work in opening gaps for Ezekiel Love, and even in short down situations, nobody touches Ezekiel Love past that first down marker and 2 yards past that.
1st and 10 for the Fleet, as they are going to pitch that to the outside. It's going to go to Love. He's able to break that first tackle. He's able to break the second tackle. Nice block there to get the first down. Look at that spin move.
Oh, man.
Cow. And he's on his feet down to the 15-yard line. What a run there by Ezekiel Love. I mean, this man was doing everything, trying to put his team on the back there. Let's get a look at that replay, Brett.
And I think that Love got a little bit too spin happy there. You'll see the first shedded tackle. That's normal. The second one, yeah, it's maybe not getting enough there, but there's the big spin move there. He tries to spin one more time to the inside, but I think if he would have stayed to the sidelines, he could have zoomed past Diedrich Law and got to the end zone. But nonetheless, fantastic run from Ezekiel Love.
One of the best runs I have seen all season long when it comes to just juking and jiving. As Jive's going to drop back on the gun. That's going to be tipped away. Looked like Jason Peace was right there to deflect that, almost intercepted.
Yeah, he had the proper coverage there, Jason Peace did, to at least get to his man, knowing that he probably couldn't get his hands on the football so that he could at least, get to his man, and that's resulted in that stifle tip pass incompletion there.
2nd and 10. As you're going to see Adams here in motion. Houston maybe trying, a little bit more blitzing in this drive by Houston. Maybe they keep that up, as it looks like they're going to send 6 in there, and it's going to be a nice little quick throw over to Adams. He's just short of the first down. It's going to be 3rd and 4.
Yeah, and the easy counter action for any blitz that you see on a defense is a quick pass. And Portland did the right thing in getting a quick pass down, get some yardage, make it a 3rd and manageable.
Heavy split back set here, 3rd and 4. Good opportunity here to see if they can get a first down. They got to get to the 3-yard line. Love easily gets to the 3. That's going to be a first down. It's going to set up 1st and goal.
And again, great job from that offensive line to part the Red Sea, or in this case, part the Black Jersey Sea, so that Love could get basically untouched again past that first down marker. Now Portland has 3 plays to get themselves to the end zone.
And you got that man right there, Ezekiel Love, one of the best backs in the league that can easily pound his way into the end zone. Jive's going to change the play at the line. 2 wide set at the top. You do have your fullback there on the end of the line, so providing some additional blocking. And they are going to go to that side. Love has an opportunity. He gets it to the end zone and ties this ball game up right now, 13-all with a touchdown.
And that wasn't an easy run for Love at all, because Houston brought the defense down, but it took just the strength of Ezekiel Love to get past Jason Peace and then just try to shoulder his way past that second defender to get to the end zone. Portland doing a great job. First drive for Portland in the second half results in a touchdown.
And that is going to bring out the kicker here. It is up and good. So Portland taking the lead right back. It's 1 point, but hey, it is the lead. That's all that matters. And now available free to download. You can play the SFL video game on the go with the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus, an emulator from 4K23 in the palm of your hand. Order your Retroids today at GoRetroid.com. Search SFL and download our mod at simulationfl.net/4K23 Retroid, the official console of the SFL, as Greg Corky's going to take that to about the 27, 28-yard line. They're actually going to mark him at the 29. And now we're going to see Houston come back out here in this second half, and let's see what adjustments they've made.
Yeah, and they've had a good first half offensively for Houston. 194 yards of total offense, 124 of that being from the pass. So that means Dave Burr has had a much better game than last week already. So they just got to rely on his arm a little bit more. Now they're facing a deficit. A 1-point deficit is still a deficit nonetheless. So they just need to trust on that offense that has gotten into the red zone 3 times and gotten points out of it 3 times.
Yep, Dave Burr, 109.7 QBR so far tonight, looking pretty solid, as they are going to send Mike St. Green in motion out of the eye. as Portland may be trying to bring some blitz up the middle. And they are going to hand that off to Josh Slapp, and he's able to break a tackle. Another spin move to the outside. Josh Slapp's got some room through the 40. Another spin move once again out to about the 36. Big run there. That's how you start the second half with offense.
Forget Dave Burr. He's passing for what? How many yards? Who cares? We got a guy named Josh Slapp who could change the field in just one play with his speed. Great job to stay elusive through, and a key, great, fantastic, spectacular, unbelievable spin move from on Chris Stock to get a couple extra yards, and boom, just like that, over the century mark.
34-yard rush on that play. Good stats there by the stats truck. Thank you guys once again for all your work, as Jalen Wells is going to be motioned into the slot, as that's going to bring up 1st and 10. That is going to be a handoff to Slapp once again, and he breaks first tackle but not the second, as that's a gain of 3.
Yeah, and Portland at this point in this drive really needs to key in on Slapp, because once a running back gets hot, they get flaming hot at this point. So great job from Derek Majors to really get that pursuit in and stop him before he gets really going on that play.
2nd and 7, one wide receiver at the top of your screen. As surprisingly for this Houston offense tonight, we have not seen the tight ends get targeted at all. And Josh Slapp with a juke move to try to break that tackle. Almost broke his ankles, but he does get the first down out of it.
A nice gap from the Houston offensive line that kind of led to just a line that Slapp really had to follow. And a good key block from Jalen Wells as well to give Slapp that extra couple yards as well. Easily, just like that. 2-3 plays, Houston's already in the red zone.
Yep, already 123 yards tonight here for Josh Slapp. And as you said, they are in the SFL red zone, as that is going to be handed off to Josh Slapp once again. This man just does not get tired at all, as he's going to get a gain of 5 on that run.
And I like that thought from Houston. Let's just see how far Slapp can get us. And if he starts to get neutralized a bit, let's trust on Dave Burr. He has been hot throughout this game so far, just 3 incompletions. So let's see what Josh can get you.
2nd and 5. Here, heavy I formation set. Dave Burr is going to change the play at the line.
Look at the defensive line here.
Yep, a lot of them on the line there indeed, as they're going to pitch that to the outside, as Slapp is going to get a few yards on that, and that's going to be 3rd and short.
Yeah, and that was 6 just on the line alone, and that included Dale McClain on that left side where they ran, or on the right side of Houston where they ran that football towards.
So 3rd and 1 here. Portland looking for an opportunity to try to stop them on this drive. Let's see if they're able to get into the backfield. In the box, and look at that! What a play! Oh my God, Brody Gulch just shot out like a cannon and made that tackle.
Yeah, and I said that before the snap, 9 in the box, and there is just almost no chance for any offense, let alone Houston's, to stop 9 Portland defenders from pursuing the football, and nobody got to Brody Gulch. And once again, red zone situation, they get close and then they get pushed back a little bit. Again, another 33-yard attempt from Sonny J coming up.
Man, that was just so impressive. And I want to provide a stat for you that was provided to us. 9 tackles for loss for Portland tonight. Houston has 0, nada, zilch tackles for loss tonight. So impressive defensive plan here by Portland so far. They're trying to limit that run game of Josh Slapp. I mean, Slapp's still getting his yards, but he's getting them hard, that's for sure. And what an impressive defensive stop there by Portland.
Yeah, big stop from Portland, and they've been doing it all game here. Once Houston gets in the red zone, it feels like they get stifled, they get pushed back, and that has been the key for Portland keeping this game close.
And we are going to take it right before this play. We're going to go to the SFL studios for a game break. Cam, take it away.
Thank you, Chad. Tulsa is not going away, even though they were down 27-3 in the first half. It's now 27-13. They've strung a couple of stops together, and it's a 2-score game as Portland gets the first down. It's worth noting 17 tackles for loss in the last 6 quarters here tonight. Back to you guys.
Man, what an impressive stat indeed, as we're taking a look here at Jive with that nice throw over to Michael Knight. And it's going to be 1st and 10. As 3 wide set coming here from the I formation. And Jive with a very short drop. He's going to look, and right there was a defender, Jason Peace. Timed it perfectly to make the hit at the same time as the ball.
Yeah, and he's done that a couple times here, Jason Peace. Sometimes he just doesn't have to rely on his hands. He can just rely on his body being in the way of the pass. So great job from the linebacking core, at least being that second, that second pipeline option that if the corners can't get to them, the linebackers can.
3 wide set as Jive's going to drop back. Plenty of time. He's going to move out of the pocket. He's going to look down the middle of the field, and it's going to be tipped away, incomplete. Looked like Law was right there for the deflection.
Yeah, you got Brady Clark and Dedrick Law on that stop there, which is really good because Portland really wanted to make Houston pay on that deep pass because nobody else was in that vicinity. But great job with the two secondary members staying back.
3rd and 10, bunch set at the top of the formation for Portland as Jive's going to drop back, and he's going to throw short. That is not going to work at all. Adams, I believe, actually that was Ryan Davis that was kind of forced his way out of bounds and lost a yard, and that's going to bring out the punt team here for Portland.
Yeah, that resulted in no blocking that was ready for Portland's side on that. It looked like a broken play that turned into a screen option for Ryan Davis, and it kind of led to just it being a cluster huck.
That is a nice word there, a cluster huck.
Well, I can't. I can't.
Well, you can't say that. Yeah, I get that. I mean, I'm going to use that from now on. So we are taking it out to Houston's going to get their start at their own 27-yard line, and this is an opportunity here. I mean, they were able to get the field goal to extend the lead, or to take the lead back. Now they have an opportunity to try to put some more points on the board, as you're going to see Dave Bird changing the play at the line once again, as this could be an opportunity here for slap on the pitch, and they are not going to do that. Dave Bird's going to drop back. He's got plenty of time looking down the middle, and that is DR Sim, the Hall of Famer, right there with another catch.
And it might be plays like this that Houston needs to take advantage of to keep moving that ball forward. There's something we haven't talked a lot, or if at all, so far tonight, and that has been 3rd down conversions. Houston is only 1 of 6 now in 3rd down conversions. So if they can prevent a way getting to 3rd down and getting the chains to be moved on 1st and 2nd down, this might move that team forward and get that elusive touchdown inside the red zone.
And I'm looking in the chat at DR Sim saying we need a touchdown in this drive. I couldn't agree more, as he's going to take that to the outside, checking it down to Josh Slapp, who becomes a receiver, and a good one right there as he forces his way past that line for the 1st down.
And that is a perfect example of Houston saying, hey, we know how to do a screen play. This is how you do it. And it's just a perfectly placed ball from Burr, and you can see the blocking, just the necessary blocking needed to get Slapp a path. That's all they want to give Josh Slapp, is a path. And they got the 1st down because they gave him that path.
Yep, when you were talking right there, all I heard was Montel Jordan when you said this is how you do it. As that's going to be, that is going to bring out 3 wide set here. 1st down, offset I. As Burr is going to hand that off to Josh Slapp, and that is going to be up the middle to the 40-yard line for a gain of 4.
Yeah, and they're just going to, again, trusting on Slapp to see where they get them here. But now inside enemy territory, 2nd and 6, I would sling the ball deep here. You've got elite receivers in Mike St. Green and DR Sim that could just burn anybody. But they're going to go heavy set here. They're going to trust on Slapp again here on the 2nd down, I bet.
And they are going to indeed trust Slapp, and he does break that 1st tackle. He's got a little bit of opportunity here, and they get him down right about the 20. Majors with maybe the possible touchdown-saving tackle.
Yeah, and the differences between these two running backs so far is that Ezekiel Love has had a lot of open space, whereas Josh Slapp has relied on the path that is given to the offensive line and the fullback to get those yards. And what's working right now is that path. Josh Slapp having a fantastic game.
And that is going to be 4 wide set here out of the single back formation for the Headhunters. as they are going to send a man in motion. Mike St. Green will be in motion. As you're going to see 3 wide there at the bottom. Birds is going to, this time it's actually going to be GP Wells. And look at GP. He's getting to the 5. And he's going to be in the end zone. No, they are going to mark him just out of bounds at the goal line. Wow, what a run. That's only GP's second touch of the night, Brett.
Yeah, and we have to look at this replay here because I think he crossed the line. Oh, man, that is conjoined twins close, if I ever say so myself, from getting to the end zone. That is the closest we've seen of a touchdown saving tackle.
Conjoined twins close. That is very impressive. That is impressive breakdown by Brett Solberg today. Thank you once again. If that is not considered in the call of the week, I don't know what would be. First and goal here on the offset eye as Bird drops back. He's going to look short, and that's going to be caught. That's Jalen Wells. That's going to be a touchdown.
And I thought that was a dangerous throw from Burr, but he placed it in the right spot. And that has been the story of Dave Burr in this game. He's been placing his throws in really good spots where only his receivers could get to it. And now GP Wells gets involved. And there is that elusive red zone touchdown that they've wanted for the last 4 drives that they've gotten to the red zone. Now they've kind of started to break this lead a little bit here. It's only 8 points, almost going on 9 at this point, but that is the biggest lead so far in this game.
I mean, head coach Damon Simeon was saying in the chat that they needed a touchdown on this drive, and he got it. Great play calling there by the head coach as the kick is up and good. So Houston extending the lead here at home, 23-14, as we are closing out the end of this third quarter.
Yeah, in a game of possessions at this point, it's now 2 possessions. That is huge for the Headhunters.
Yep, and so Portland's going to have to respond here as, I mean, you're almost into the fourth quarter there. I mean, there is still plenty of time. Don't get me wrong. I mean, you're only down 9 right now, but like you said, it's still 2 possessions. You got to be able to get a score here quick and then try to hold them on defense, because that drive right there proved that they were getting a little bit more involved. Maybe you'll see GP Wells get more involved after that big run.
Yeah, and the big thing here is that in stages of the game like this, Houston has done a great job in breaking away. Their 3 wins so far have margins of victory of 25, 10, and 17. They like to break free when they can. If Portland can hold on and get a touchdown on this drive, it starts to instill fear into the Houston fans.
As that's going to be first and 10 here from the 27. Bunch set. As that's going to be a pitch to the outside to Ezekiel Love, as they're going to get a gain of about 7 on that play. And I want to provide you guys with a next level stat alert. Coming into this week, Portland was last in the SFL in yards per attempt allowed at 6.7. Alamo City is the best in that category at 3.9. So very impressive next level stats provided here by the SFL, as that's a power I formation here on 2nd and 3. That's going to be a handoff to Ezekiel Love. He's going to get up the middle and get that first down and more up to about the 40-yard line.
And again, the momentum setter of the fleet, Ezekiel Love, just setting things up here as we end the third quarter.
And we are at the end of the third. As Brett said, it is 23-14. Portland on the drive, though. And we'll be right back. Get your 4s and everything else up in the chat. We'll be right back here on SFL on YouTube.
The Simulation Football League is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
And welcome back here to Vive Sports Stadium. Chad Rowland, Brett Solberg in the booth tonight, as Axel Raven and Jacob Clear in the stats truck providing all of the next level stats. Thank you guys once again. And Cameron Irvine producing the game for us. Thank you once again for all the hard work, as it is first and 10 here on the 40-yard line, as that's going to be handed off to Ezekiel Love with a nice little spin move. And he breaks a tackle, breaks another, and man, gets out to midfield. I'm telling you what, if Jason Peace didn't bring him down, that would have been a hell of a run right there.
And again, Ezekiel Love turning chicken you-know-what into chicken salad. That was a 0-yard play turned into a first down just because of his sheer will and determination to get that first down.
Now, I have to ask you a very serious question. Chicken salad with or without the grapes?
Oh, man, I'm going to say without.
There you go. That's my man right there. As you can't have chicken salad with grapes. It's just weird. Okay. Michael Knight in the man in motion. And thank you. See, the stats truck telling us you on the grapes as well. Cyrus drive drops back, and that is going to be just short. And that's going to be incomplete as that was intended for Lozano.
Yeah, and what Portland can't do here on this drive, especially on this set of downs, is that they can't have this drive be stalled. They need to continue moving forward and show Houston they've got fight left in this game. 9.5 minutes to go, 2 possessions. You don't know how many possessions you're going to get left in this game. You got to make this one count.
And it's going to be 2nd and 10 here, as you are going to see a 3 wide set in the I formation. And jive, short drop, looking slant, and tipped away. It looked like Peace actually got his hand on it right there. And I don't even know what to say to Demond Simeon right now. Grapes and strawberries in his chicken salad.
Yeah, you're disgusting, Demond, and I had respect for you, but that's I don't know. You've gone down a notch here. You might be below Stephen Hacker now.
Yeah, you definitely went down a notch. Now you at notch 0. As Huggy Bear would say, just in reverse. As that is going to be Israel Adams in motion. As it's going to be 3rd and 10. Portland needing to try to convert this 3rd down. Jive drops back. Plenty of time. He's got all day to throw. And he is going to find. Oh, man, that was so close. As it looked like Adams had an opportunity to get his hands on it, but it falls incomplete. And now it's going to be 4th down. They're probably going to punt it away.
And again, I have to give credit to Cyrus Jive. Wasn't too worried about the pocket because he had himself covered. He was just looking for the right guy. And I think he threw a perfect pass. It's just Adams wasn't there.
And punted away. That was a big time stop there by Houston, as they can maybe even try to put this game away if they're able to score another touchdown, as Morris is going to take that up to the 16. Interesting to see Scott Johnson not back there receiving that punt there, Brett.
Yeah, and right now for Houston, 85 yards. That's what I'm thinking right now. I would shed as much clock as possible. 9 minutes to go. Extend this drive past 4 minutes. Dwindle Portland's chances to get back in this game.
I knew that talking about food would bring out the cook, Mike St. Green, in the chat. My palate is mature, buddy, as it's going to be spun to the outside, and that is going to be just short with a gain of 9.
Look, you know what? MSG might have a point because you are drinking on the job right now, so it might be a little bit muddled currently because you have beer taste right now. But come on, chicken salad with fruit. Like, I understand corn, but like, come on, fruit? You kidding me?
You probably put ketchup on hot dogs. What
No,
did we go down this path of?
Mustard. That's the superior condiment on hot dogs.
Yeah, you got to put mustard on. No ketchup, man. Come on. 2nd and 1. And really, in all honesty, with hot dogs, I get like a lot of like Chicago dogs. So.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And it looks like Bovine is going to be the man in motion. We have not mentioned a word of Bovine all night long. Maybe he gets an opportunity here, as it's going to be a pitch to the outside, and the answer is no to that, as it looks like Slap is going to be able to break 2 tackles. He does get the 1st down past the 30, up to the 31, and Guy Clausen, being the honorable man in the chat, he puts ketchup on his hot dogs.
Yeah, and the Houston fans here at Vipe Sports Stadium here maybe held their breath a little bit because that was a tough 2 yards just to get that 1st down because Portland brought the heat and almost got him behind the line.
Yeah, impressive job there. We've been talking about Portland and their blitzes all night long, and they've done a terrific job so far. As that is going to be 3 wide set here, as that will be another handoff to Josh Slapp. He's been getting heavy work tonight, and he's going to be stopped at the 35-yard line for a gain of 5.
Yeah, and what Houston just needs to continue doing, I like what they're doing. Just trust the ball on Josh Slapp to start things off. Just shed that clock. They've already got a minute down on this. And then when Slapp gets tired, you've got 2 other options in the back here. You've got GP and Jalen Wells.
Yeah, and GP in both carries. I mean, 3 attempts for 31 yards. And that is going to be Slapp once again, and they're going to stop him, actually give him a loss of 1. And that's going to set up a very intriguing 3rd and 6 here, Brett.
Yeah, and it really kind of keeps you guessing on what Houston's going to do. Are they going to pass it here to maybe play it safe and at least get that first down? It looks like, because they've got no backs and 4 receivers.
There you go. Going 4 wide set, no backs in the backfield at all. Let's see what they do as Bird drops back. He's got plenty of time. The line holds. He's looking over middle. Finds his target. Who else would it be? It's DR Sim.
Yeah, and I looked at the line and I saw, you know what? Bullvine's setting himself on a streak route here. He might get himself open here and get his first target, but you trust on old reliable DR Sim, and a nice slant route just turned into an open field opportunity and just got another open catch for DR Sim.
Old indeed. 17 seasons in the league is DR Sim. As that is going to be 1st and 10. 4 wide set with a single back formation as Burr is going to drop back. He's going to be flushed out of the pocket. Looking down the sideline. That is caught. That is Sim. And he's making me pay for the old man comment. That's going to be a touch for the old man.
You know what? I got to go back to your last talk there. I like how you emphasized old instead of reliable on that. But there is the reliability that you get from DR Sim as he continues to put up the numbers that guys even like me wish to have. How about touchdown number 144 of his career? Already past 20,000, which means I'm still 21,000 behind him at this moment at number 2. And it just shows how elite DR Sim can be at any given Sunday.
Yep, DR Sim, one of the best to do it, period, in history of the SFL, as Sonny J's going to kick that up and good. So an opportunity here. The defense of Houston stepped up, forcing a punt, and the offense took advantage of it and got 6 points. So open this game wide up, and now Portland is in score or done mode.
Yeah, there's no other decision here for Portland. You have got to have scoring drives. It might be out of Ezekiel Love's hands now and right into Cyrus Jives.
As that is going to be kicked away deep into the end zone. I assume there's no return, and there won't be, as they will down that and take it at the 20-yard line. So should be an opportunity here. I think Portland, they have to get a little bit more aggressive than what they're doing. Like that downfield throw that they did to Nelson Lozano, I really like that option. But right now it's interesting because they have Scott Johnson in the backfield.
Yeah, they do right now. It's a split backs formation. One of them, I would assume, would be running a pattern while the other one is blocking.
And that is going to be a handoff, and Ezekiel Love and nowhere to go, as that's going to be a loss of 1. Jason Peace is right there for the tackle for loss.
And you have to start thinking, is Portland starting to play a little bit too pretty here with 6.5 left to go and a 16-point deficit? Should they start just relying on passing the football, go balls to the wall at this point? But it looks like this formation still a run favorite formation, so maybe they're trusting on Ezekiel Love to get forward here.
And Jive is going to drop back, and he's got plenty of time, and he's looking and caught by Lozano, but just led him a little too far as he had to, when he got turned, he was out of bounds.
Not precisely right, just a little bit too far. Didn't have enough sideline to kind of move his body around, which only trusted in those 3 yards. Now sets up a situation for Portland on 3rd down, which they've been okay with so far in this game, but they've only been 1 of 3 in this second half.
3rd and 7, couldn't say that right. As Jive drops back looking, and he's going to find Ryan Davis, and he's going to get the first down and go out of bounds. Nice play there by the rookie.
Yeah, it was a good path from Scott Johnson and Ezekiel Love, both playing the block for Ryan Davis to get himself a little bit of a path to that first down marker. And you know what? Not a bad play. Got him out of bounds. Kind of stopped the clock there as well.
Yeah, and that's going to bring up 1st and 10. That's my fault on Ryan Davis. He's actually a 2-season veteran. For whatever reason, I thought he was a rookie in my head. And that's going to be 1st and 10 here. And I got to give a shout out here to Houston's defense. I mean, Houston's defense coming into this game was 6th in the SFL in scoring defense. And they've held the team that scores 2nd most points, only to 14 so far. And that's very impressive, as Love is going to get nowhere on that run. And that's going to be 2nd and 9.
Yeah, huge kudos to Houston at this point. Portland has scored 30 or more points in every game they've played so far. And right now, with 5 minutes to go, they may not even get to that point. So great work from Houston to bring the fire on the defensive side.
I mean, it's impressive because their lowest point total, I believe, is 34. as that is going to be an incomplete pass, and it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
Yeah, and just checking for you real quick here that they got 28 in their loss against Denver in week 4. So that is a mistake. They have scored 25 or more points in every game so far.
There you go. 3rd and 9 here, 4 wide set. As let's see if they're able to convert this, and that is going to be a play-action pass as Jive drops back. He's got plenty of time. Looking down the middle, that is going to be what catch by Michael Knight. How did he get that catch?
That is double coverage. That is a gutsy throw, which Cyrus Jive needs to throw at this stage of the game. And I'm gobsmacked at seeing that pass. That should have been INT City for Houston. That should have been a Brady Clark interception. But we're seeing nice hands from the receiver.
Man, I'm just impressed with your wordsmith, I can tell you that. Cluster hucked and gobsmacked, like impressive vocabulary range here for Brett Solberg as he's going to try to get to the outside on that throw. It's going to be incomplete, and that's going to set up 2nd down.
See, the difference between you and I is that I actually stayed awake during English class. That's the only
There
thing.
you go.
But,
see, yeah.
Anyways, Portland has to take advantage of this big catch that they had. With 4:40 left to go here, time's starting to tick down a little bit more from them. They need to get some big yards on the 2nd down play.
2nd and 10, 3 wide set for the Fleet as Jive's going to drop back. He's going to look over the middle. That is caught. That is Davis right there for the 1st down, and they are inside the red zone, and they are going to finally move to the hurry up. 4:30 to go in the ball game. I think they've chewed up a little too much time as Jive drops back. Looking once again. That is caught, and that's going to be a quick strike. Michael Knight touchdown.
And that is through tough coverage again. And this is what Portland needs to do to stay in this game, is to get those gutsy plays, trust on the receivers, trust in Jive's arm, and it's just a fantastic catch right on the get-go. You see that Jive just waits for his guy to get open, one-handed, just crosses the line. Michael Knight, let's just say right now, nice hands catch of the game.
Yep, and that is indeed the nice hands catch brought to you by Retroid. Put a Retroid handheld in your hands and play the only video game with your player in it. SFL 4K23. And good props there as they look like they're going to go for 2 here.
Well, they need to at this point.
Jive drops back, look for the screen, and that was a great open field tackle right there by the defense. That was Law with the tackle, and what a save there. Is this still a 2-possession game?
No blocking, which resulted in that play whatsoever. And just like what Cameron Irvine said here, Portland is going to onside kick here regardless.
And that is going to be dropped. Look at this! And Portland gets it! I believe that was GP Wells that was in there on the hands team. Let's see who that hit off of. That was indeed GP Wells. Wow.
That is something I didn't expect to see. GP Wells on the hands team bobbling the ball on the onside kick. Might have just came in at a wrong angle for him, but nonetheless, Portland has a chance to get this game within reach here with less than 4.5 to go.
They still got time now. Maybe time is a little bit back on their side. 3 wide set. Let's hope they don't just try to run down the throat. Let's hope they try to go through the air and make it quick. That is going to be a handoff. And that is going to be Love up the middle. Is going to get a 5-yard gain, and the clock continues to run.
And again, kind of just setting momentum. Again, using Ezekiel Love to see where they can get. 5 yards ain't that bad. But I would trust on what worked that last couple plays of their drive. Use that hurry-up offense soon enough. Maybe once they cross enemy territory.
Power I formation here, 2nd and 5. As Jive drops back, he's going to look for that screen. It's going to be out for Ezekiel Love. And not sure if I really like that play call, Brett. As you alluded to earlier, it's got no blocking in there at all for anybody.
Yeah, and the only guy closest to was Nelson Lozano, and he was about 4 yards away from Love. There's just no blocking involved there, which has Houston's defense ready to get the tackle.
I'm not very impressed with this play calling on this drive for Portland. It's going to be 3rd and 5. Jive drops back on the rollout, looking short. That is going to be caught by Knight, and no gain on the play. And that's going to set up 4th and 3, and I'm just going to reiterate it once again, partner. I am not impressed with how they called these plays.
I'm actually a little bit shocked that they didn't give him forward progression on that catch there. That probably would have been 4th and inches, but instead they go 4th and 3 because he had enough time to turn that ball around and lose some yardage on that. 4th and 3, here we go.
4 wide set, drops back looking. That is going to be caught. That is Adams with the catch, and they have to go hurry up. And now this is what I wanted to see earlier. 4 wide set going no huddle as 1st and 10. Drops back, that is tipped away, almost intercepted, incomplete as Al Ingram III deflected the pass.
And you know what? I like the formation where they went with the hurry up because they had 4 eligible wide receivers down the field, so it's really tough for Houston to guess where Jive was going to throw that football. We talked about that share of wealth that he's had throughout this game here, and he's been continuing to do it today. No receiver has had less than 2 receptions.
2nd and 10 as they're going to send Knight in motion. The clock has stopped at 3:01 to go in the ball game. As Jive, short drop looking, and he's going to find Adams, and that's going to be a 1st down to about the 24-yard line, and they are going to go no huddle here once again. Jive,
and again,
bringing
good formation.
Bringing the team up to the line. Great formation to go no huddle in, and there's another catch. That is the tight end, Nelson Lozano, and that's going to be just short. They need to take a shot in the end zone, I think, right here, Brett.
Yeah, they have to. They've got Scott Johnson, who could be sly on that slot side.
And they are going to get forward progress there. That is going to be 1st down. And Jive right now, this is interesting. They're making the decision to stay in this formation as Jive drops back once again. That is Adams. That's a 1st down. And he's in the zone. Touchdown, Portland.
What a show of heart from the Portland Fleet, who were down by as much as 16 at one point. One quick score, they couldn't get the 2-point conversion, but they get themselves the onside recovery to give themselves a chance. Now it's a 4-point game because they've trusted in the Armasire's Jive. He has gotten them to the end zone now in the last 5 minutes of this game. Now they have a huge chance to steal away a victory from Houston when it looked like all was lost for the Fleet.
And they are going to set this up for the extra point to make this a 3-score game. It is up and good. So Houston with a 3-point lead here with 2:25 to go. Portland, I would assume, is going to onside kick once again. Or maybe they try to just kick it deep.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, I'd say. Do the onside kick one more time. No, they're going to kick it deep and trust on that defense.
Yep, they're going to be looking to lean on the defense. What a beautiful drive there by Portland to get back into this ball game. We thought, as you said, all hope was lost, but right now this game is close as Greg Corky is going to return that up to about the 35. Excellent field position here for Houston, and I'm just going to say I think you're going to be relying on the slap show.
Yeah, it's got to be Josh Slapp, and if it doesn't work, like we've said earlier, they've got the brothers Wells that they can trust on. GP has had great runs so far, averaging 10.3 yards on his 3 carries. So if it doesn't work for Slapp, they've got options. But like you said, I'm trusting on Josh Slapp to get those 1st downs and try to shed this clock off.
29 carries for 164 yards tonight for Josh Slapp. They are going to go heavy I formation set as he's going to change the play at the line. They may be trying to bring some pressure on the edge. Not a bad idea, considering they've been pitching the ball to the outside quite often, as Dan Curtis is going to go in motion. And that is going to be a run to the inside. He finds a hole and Slapp and a corral of Fleet right there to break it up, as it's going to be 2nd and 4.
This will most likely be the last play before the 2-minute warning, but great job opening the gap from the offensive line to get those key 6 yards. And I don't think they mind just getting 6 yards on that play.
And we are now officially at the 2-minute warning. A free timeout here for Portland as the game is ever so close. Houston trying to close this out 30-27. We'll be right back here on SFL on YouTube. And we are back here in Houston, Texas. Chad Rowland, Brett Solberg in the booth. Jacob Clear and Axel Raven in the stats truck for us. Cameron Irvine producing the game as we got a good one here. It was 30-14. Now it's 30-27 as Josh Slapp breaks a tackle, breaks another. And they gave him the 1st down.
No way.
They gave it to him as that is going to burn Portland's 1st time out.
Oh, man, I don't even think that was a 1st down. I would have challenged that myself, or at least get a booth review out of it because you can't challenge inside the 2-minute warning. Everything goes to the booth at this point. Man, that is a questionable placement decision there, I think.
And that's going to be 1st and 10 as it's going to be slap, and they're going to be able to corral him right there as it's going to be a 4-yard gain, and Portland's got to burn their second timeout.
Yeah, they're going to use all their timeouts here, and even if they get this stopped, we're probably looking at less than a minute to go for Portland to get some magic to it, if not tie the game, win it. So they really need to use those blitzes that worked all game so far. And look at that, they've got 5 in the line right now.
Yep, they got 2 edge rushers there as Bovine's going to be the man in motion. They may be trying to bring the blitz up the middle as well. Models will bring the heat. You know they're going to hand it to Slap. As that's going to be a pitch to the outside to Slap. He's got a little bit of green daylight, and he's going to muscle his way into a first down. And that's going to burn that final timeout. And the door is closing ever so slightly on Portland's chances.
Yeah, with a $1:41 to go, there's still a chance, but it's going to be ever so slim for the Fleet. If Houston gets another first down, I would call this game. But they're going victory formation here. They might say it's enough time.
Yep, they might say it's enough time indeed, and we'll see what happens as that's going to be down right there. You're going to get about to a minute to go for this next snap. Yeah, they got enough time. They should already have that enough time there.
Yeah, it looks like it, yeah.
Yep, so good hard run there by Slap to get that first down. As you are going to see now, Houston just coming out here in victory formation. And, I mean, we got to give Portland a lot of credit. I mean, Houston had, as we said, a 30-14 lead. And Portland coming back here, and really just comes down to Josh Slap. I mean, 185 yards on 33 carries. I mean, he was just a one-man show tonight for Houston.
Yeah, huge props to Josh Slap with his 33 carries, really carrying this Houston defense. And Jacob Clear in our stats truck said it right here. Portland could not stop Josh Slap when they needed to, and that's essentially the difference in this game.
Yep, absolutely correct. DR Sim, let's not forget about him. He got his as well. 5 catches for 126 yards and a TD tonight. Mike St. Green, 3 catches for 58 yards. And Greg Corky, a catch for 21. So no tight ends with any targets at all tonight. It was just really Josh Slap and the 3 wide receivers here for Houston. As there was also, I mean, Jason Peace had a great game with 3 pass deflections as well, Brad.
Yeah, Houston on both sides of the football played really well and really forced Portland to play essentially Houston Headhunters football. And for the first time this season, Houston's going to win a game within a possession. We talked about those multi-possession wins before, but these are the type of wins that separate good teams from great teams. And Houston is just ever so closer to getting that playoff spot already in the 8th week of this season.
Well, and they both have a tough challenge next week as Houston will be heading to the Pacific Northwest to take on the Nemesis, who are 4-2, and then Alamo City will be facing Portland next week, and Alamo City's looked pretty darn good so far this season, undefeated. So that is going to do it here, 30-27. Brett, what was your final takeaway of this game tonight?
Yeah, again, Houston did a fantastic job in limiting Portland's offense through 3 quarters, just 14 points for a team that has scored heavy and scored often. And that's what, kind of forced Portland to play Houston football. And the big thing here, Josh Slap got his carries, and he dictated the game with his runs, with the 185 and 1 touchdown there. Easily, he is my player of the game.
Yep, and as you can see there, the time of possession, I mean, was pretty close. I mean, Houston with 22 minutes and Portland with 17. Both quarterbacks, I thought, played really well. Just one mistake by Jive, which was the interception that actually turned into 7 points. That could be the difference in this ball game. So once again, I want to thank Axel Raven and Jacob Clear for all their work tonight, for Cameron Irvine for all of his hard work as well, and for Brett Solberg. This is Chad Rowland signing off from Sunday Night Football. Good night, everyone.
Bedu.